Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into an essay that is, well, it's pretty wild. It takes one of our most basic beliefs, that success and progress are good, and completely flips it on its head.
I mean, you know the drill, right? From the time we're kids, we hear it constantly. Work hard, be ambitious, climb that ladder. It's just baked into our culture that striving and pushing yourself is the only way to a good life.
But what if all of that is a lie? The author of this essay drops this bombshell right at the start. It's a shocking thing to say, and it immediately makes you go, whoa, hold on. Why would anyone think that? So, let's unpack this.
Okay, to really get where the author is coming from, you first have to understand his fundamental worldview. It's all built on one single, really powerful idea about how life works. And that idea is called Ding Shu. The concept here is that pretty much every part of your life is already written down somewhere. Your job, your relationships, how much money you'll have, even when you'll die. It's all part of a fixed plan. So from this point of view, all our effort and striving is just us thinking we have control when we really don't. The author uses a really simple analogy to explain this. Think about a cabbage. You can give it the best soil, the perfect amount of water, and you might grow a massive, amazing cabbage. But no matter what you do, it is never, ever going to become lettuce. Its fundamental nature is set.
And just in case you didn't get it, he gives us another one. You can fatten up a sheep, make it the biggest, fluffiest sheep you've ever seen, but it's never going to become a cow. The point is, according to him, a thing is what it is, and you can't change its core identity.
He then takes this idea and applies it to the whole animal kingdom. A giraffe's neck, it just grows long. Nobody has to teach it. A lion, it just knows how to hunt. It's instinct. And his argument is that humans are the same. We'll naturally follow our own set path without needing all this crazy pressure to succeed.
So you might be thinking, okay, fine, maybe your path is set, but what's the harm in trying hard? Well, this is where it gets dark. The author claims striving isn't just useless, it's actually harmful, and he brings some receipts.
He points to a report showing that in just 5 years, more than 260 officials and corporate executives, I mean, these are the people who, by our standards, made it, right? They took their own lives.
And this is where he really twists the knife. He reframes their entire life of ambition not as a climb to the top, but as a tragic, frantic race toward an early death. It's a really chilling way to think about it.
He goes on to argue that all the stuff we chase, the money, the status, the power, it doesn't actually bring happiness. In fact, he says it brings the exact opposite. It just piles on more stress, more worries, and in the end, more suffering.
And this slide just lays it out so simply. Who's really happier? The person walking around barefoot, totally carefree, or the person in expensive shoes, constantly worried about status and appearances? For this author, the answer is a no-brainer.
Okay, so if striving is a trap, what's the alternative? What are we supposed to do? Well, the author points to a completely different way of living, one he saw with his own eyes in places far away from our modern rat race.
He talks about these moments he witnessed, seeing kids with no shoes in Zimbabwe just dancing around a fire, filled with pure joy, or watching tribal members in Vanuatu who could just sit together for hours talking and laughing. To him, that was real happiness, not achieving something, but just being.
And this leads him to a classic story that perfectly sums up his entire philosophy. A rich businessman sees a fisherman just chilling by his boat. The businessman tells him, "You should work harder, catch more fish, buy more boats, become a millionaire." The fisherman asks, "Okay, and what will I do then?" The rich man says, "Well, then you can retire and finally relax on the beach." And the fisherman's reply just hits so hard. "What do you think I'm doing right now?"
All right, I know what you might be thinking right about now. Hang on a second. Isn't this author kind of striving, by writing this whole essay and trying to convince people of his philosophy? It seems like a huge contradiction, right? Well, he thought of that too. And his answer is actually pretty clever. He says he's not striving in the way a CEO strives for profits. He's just doing what comes naturally to him. He enjoys it. It's his nature, like an apple tree growing apples. No one is forcing the tree. It just does what it does.
So to leave us with something to really chew on, he ends with this final, powerful analogy. He asks a simple question. Can a hen that doesn't have an egg inside it be forced to lay one? Of course not. It's impossible.
And then he hits us with the other side of it. What about a hen that does have an egg ready to go? Can you stop it from laying that egg? Again, the answer is no. It's just going to happen. It's inevitable. And that's his final point.
Maybe our lives, our successes, our failures, maybe they're all just as inevitable as that egg. A pretty wild thought to end on, isn't it?